Welcome to Chunk by Chunk, episode 4. My name is extremebenja, and I'm joined by my best friend Lucario Boo. We'll be talking with creators in the Minecraft space, creating a new build together, and all while doing Chunk by Chunk. Today we're joined by Hiro and Vera of the Cobblemon Mod project. And let's jump right into the episode. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that intro. Today we're joined by Hiro and Vera from the Cobblemon project. So why don't you guys introduce yourselves? Tell us what you do on the Cobblemon project, and then we can kind of get into it.
I'm Heroku. My pronouns are he, him. I am the mod director for Cobblemon, so I make a lot of the uncomfortable high-level decisions, and I also do a bunch of the programming work.
I'm Veraxial. I'm the art director for Cobblemon. My pronouns are she, her. I handle all the art departments, basically, and a lot of the admin crap like he does. There's a lot of art departments, so I'm very busy all the time, hopping around between all of them and like helping people figure out what the hell they're doing.
Cool. And if you guys didn't know, our very own co-host, Lucario Boo, is also on the Cobblemon project. What do you do on the Cobblemon project, Lucario Boo?
I work
Okay,
with
cool.
Vera.
Yeah, so anyways, what are we building today?
Owned. I was going to say, measure your words carefully, Lucario. Don't tell them about any of the human rights violations.
No, sir. No, sir. Of
Sure, I'll
course
tell
not.
them about the super weapon.
Yes, they can't know about that.
But yeah,
Yeah,
so what are we building today? Like, tell us your plans so we can help you the best way we can.
Well, I know how to build exactly one thing in Minecraft, and that's TNT cannons. So I figure we should build it up on this beach, and we try to knock down whatever targets Vera can put up.
Amazing.
She creates, I destroy.
I'm just gonna put random pixel art over here of like probably really terrible pixel art, so I'm rushing it, and we're just going to. He's gonna try to destroy them. Is there a particular height they need to be, like, or just like what do you want me to do?
You could go pretty high. There's
So
some
I'll
tilt
do
to the
variation.
angle.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some variation in height and distance, and you just try to like see if you can adjust on your end to hit them. You guys can help build
Yeah.
whatever the hell you want on the random platforms, any heights and distances. I'm just going
You got
to, yeah, we're just gonna start making stuff. So like, here's the first target.
Feel like you need one
Yo,
more time.
I love the just white background.
Target one will
Very
be a very
fancy.
simple target.
Okay.
It looks very lopsided.
Probably is. Not done.
So how do we build a
Bigger.
TNT cannon? Because
So,
it's
the
been
idea-
so long since I built
I guess
one.
I'll be back here with you.
Just,
You end
yeah,
up with
just
like
pick a spot.
a lane of.
Make it go like a little higher in this one, probably.
Yeah, I got you.
You get water pushing, and the idea is that there's two components. One is the explosive charge to actually fire the thing, and you end up with as much as you can dropping down into the water. So you have it more like this. They get lit, they fall into the water and move towards the end point right before the slab, and then we put a projectile there, and it gets lit right before the fuel explodes,
Okay,
and then it gets propelled by the TNT explosions off into the distance.
gotcha.
But you have to be careful, because if you're not, then you can end up with, for example, this charge, when it gets lit, moving to the side so it doesn't land in the firing line. So the
Yeah.
explosion from the fuel doesn't actually send it anywhere, and then you just got TNT blowing up after your cannon. Very easy mistake to make.
Oh,
So you do stuff like this.
I bet.
So you gotta get through the big first target to see what's on the other side.
Okay.
Oh, you'll definitely see what's on the other side.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Things
say,
off.
like, I have an idea.
Here's the big wall to get through. Start building rubbish.
No one will.
Try with that much fuel for a start, right?
um, that looks
Indeed.
good. I don't know.
I have no idea how far it's going to shoot it. It's been a while. The last time I made a TNT cannon was when we were doing the tech demo for Cobblemon, which was years ago now. It was before 1.0 came out. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Fine, I don't have to look up tutorials or
This-
anything.
I don't
Here we
need to
go.
look at tutorials. Okay, this is the charge that has to come with a delay.
Okay.
It's probably fine.
So, what's it like working on such a huge modded project that's kind of beloved by the Minecraft community, I would say?
I think it's hard to get used to, especially when it's popular to the point that a lot of people are, with so many people are aware of it, you can bump into them in strange settings. At my day job, the CEO's son is really into it. And having a conversation with someone in person who's a big fan of the work really is a unique experience.
Yeah.
It's good. Like, it's good to feel like the work that you do is important to so many people. And, like, I wouldn't call it being famous, but it is. The things you do that don't feel like a huge amount of work for you are very important to other people. And that's a special feeling.
Yeah.
What about for you, Vera?
It's kind of easy to forget how big a thing it is because, like, I guess it's like, it's just like this dumb little project we're working on, and it's easy to forget there's like 250,000 people in our Discord and like probably millions playing it, and like you don't really think about that, but then people always end up really starstruck when they talk to you and things, and it's kind of a weird feeling. It's like, I'm not a celebrity, I just make art for like a stupid little thing, right?
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like a weird feeling. In terms of like, like dealing with like the outside world, but like with it, like I guess it's like on the inside, like you don't really think much of it, but then like whenever you have to interact with the outside, you kind of realize how big a thing it actually is,
Oh yeah. I get
But,
that.
because like I'm just an artist who directs artists. It's nothing that crazy,
Yeah, yeah. Also, I love how your guys are like, yeah, you'll find out what the second item is behind this target. And then we look over and it's just the target's so
Okay.
small.
Oh, I wonder what's going on behind that.
I'm like, mine isn't that big.
You guys won't know what's behind here. Trust me.
Yeah.
What's behind door number 1? And there's like an elephant standing behind it, very obviously.
It's like when you play
Okay.
hide and seek and you're clearly just standing behind like a light pole.
No one will know.
Exactly.
But honestly, what got y'all like into it? Because like I know you guys started like Cobblemon like what 2-3 years ago. Like what was like
It's something like 3 years ago. Maybe it's 4 now. If we get to November, I think it'll be 4, right?
It's
Oh,
it's
damn.
like 3.5 at this point, but like publicly, it's only been about 2.5 because there was a whole year of
Yeah.
development that nobody really knew about. I would say.
ooh the Dark Ages?
The dark age.
Prehistory,
Yeah.
we call it.
Yeah.
Reckon prehistory.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
what just got you like into modding in general? I guess.
well, modding I started much, much earlier. I started when I was 15 in 2012 when I joined Pixelmon. I'm one of the ancient ones, and I was with Pixelmon for 7 years. And I got into that originally because I thought it would be really cool. I started playing Pixelmon and thought, back at the time, it had like 30 Pokemon in game. I joined it like a couple of months after it started. And I thought, this is a very open project, and I think it's cool. And the idea of, wow, I could make my own Minecraft mods seemed like such a cool idea that it was worth doing. Very much the motivations of a kid, but I think it's a cute dream. And it's just a nice feeling to be able to make stuff with your own knowledge, your own skills, being able to create something of your own. I think that's a uniquely positive and constructive feeling.
Oh yeah. Oh.
How Cobblemon started, I want to say, is probably what you're more interested in. And
Yes, it's not what they asked. We only answer exactly what they asked.
Cobblemon started because, like, at some point, Hiro got kind of sick of working on Pixelmon because things like changed there over time culturally and things, and you don't need to get into that, but like, he wanted to kind of do a new Pokemon mod, and I mean, he might be able to explain how like the first days were first because he was there like a week or two before me because he was starting a bunch of people. But they were kind of doing the beginnings of Pokémon Mod, him and a couple other developers he recruited for it, and like a couple, like 2 weeks into it or something, after they already pulled another modeler in, I got contacted about it. Just like, hey, you want to help make a Pokemon mod? And I was doing nothing with my life at the time, so I was like, you know what, fine, sure, fuck it. But it was funny though, because I think my first thing I asked was like, don't you already work on a Pokemon mod? Like, what do you mean you want to make a Pokemon mod? And anyway, he showed me like a picture of like a blocky Gyarados, and the pre 1.0 Gyarados was like relatively very basic now, but back then it seemed impressive. And I was like, whoa, that's neat, let's do it. And that's kind of how it started at the very beginning. It was just like a ragtag team of I think like 5 people who just sat down, started working on a Pokemon mod. It wasn't very impressive. I think we only had like 5 or 6 members through most of the first year development, right? How many did we have?
I think after a year we had quite a few, a couple dozen maybe.
The way I remember is that I think we only had like Aiko and Hollow with us, like as other artists for the whole first year. Like I remember, like it was very bare bones. Like we only actually started getting a ton of recruitment. Yeah, we only started getting a ton of recruitment after we released 1.0, and then like the public became aware of us, and then we had people flooding into our Discord, and that's when we got like 20 or 30 members all at once. But I mean, the first year was like less than a dozen people.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh,
Nearly made a horrible mistake.
Damn it. I was hoping we could clip for him. That's why I wasn't doing anything. I was waiting for it to just all go wrong.
No, I nearly made a terrible mistake. I wanted to check the timing on the detonation. And then forgot that I did have TNT loaded.
Yeah.
He will blow himself up eventually.
Yeah.
And it is kind of a countdown until I do it. It happens eventually. Yeah, in the really early days, because after I quit Pixelmon, there was like a 2-year period of me not doing much of anything in Minecraft. I think I was making my Quest plugin during that time, but mostly was focusing on me having an actual day job. And I kept hearing about what was going on with Pixelmon from my girlfriend at the time, because she was still in the mod. And it was all bad news. Everything's going badly. Okay, well, that's not my problem anymore. And eventually, I was getting hassled by Landon. It was Landon bothering me for ages. He was a community developer for Pixelmon, making side mods and things. And he kept hassling me, saying, we should make our own mod. We should start from scratch. We could do it in Kotlin. It'd be great. And I thought, no, that's such a huge amount of work. I don't have I don't want to commit to something that much. He just kept hassling me. Eventually, he brought another developer friend of his along. Said, look, he's interested too. And at that point, I'd been so beaten down. I was like, okay, fine. We'll start the new Pokemon mod. Fine. Let's do all the things we wanted to do back then and couldn't. And so that's how it started. And before long, I realized that I needed people that could do artwork other than just modeling, because we had that first modeler who made the Gyarados, which looking back, it's not great, but I loved that Gyarados. I thought that was
It was impressive
sick.
at the time. Yeah, it was impressive at the time. Like, don't get me wrong. But then we realized we could do better.
Yeah, it's just it's strange how the opinions change. He's still a brilliant artist. But yeah, after we'd done that, I realized I needed more artists for other things like GUIs. And I knew Vera from my Pixelmon days because she's the one that did the move skill menu in Pixelmon. Wasn't officially part of the team. That is a funny story. Because I wanted to do it. Yeah, go ahead, go for it.
Okay, so the way we first met, like I wasn't part of the Pixelmon team officially in any capacity. The way we first met was at the time I was messing around with like Pixelmon stuff and like making my own little adventure map kind of thing. And I was messing with the spawn system and I had a problem with it or something. And I hit up Pixelmon's like support channel looking for help with the spawner. After going through like multiple support members, realizing that not one of them knew how the system worked, like none of them could help me. I remember recalling when I was searching up information on the past that Hiro was answering questions about it. And I'm like, I'm gonna go ping that guy who knew what he was talking about. So I directly pinged him, and I didn't know he was the lead dev of Pixelmon at the time. So I just directly pinged the lead dev, like, help me. And it's funny though, because like when we were talking about it, like I eventually found out like he's the one who made the spawn system. At which point I'm like, oh my god, I need to take this opportunity to gush about how much I love this system. Like,
gassing me up like crazy.
you don't understand. I thought it was brilliant, and I loved it so much. And I found out you made it, and I'm like, oh my god, wait, I need to talk to you about how awesome the system is. And like we were like talking and gushing in like the sports channel for a while until the sports got fed up with us, and they told us like, shoot, go to DM. We got shooed out of there. And I remember we just kind of hit it off. We talked a bit for like a few days. We were just kind of, we were just chattering about like random stuff. At some point, like came up that like, oh, I'm an artist, by the way. Like, just do random art. Like, I don't do anything. I just do a bunch of random art, right? Like everything. And he's like, oh, I'm working on this like, move skill system, and like, I don't want to deal with the bureaucracy of like, trying to get an artist on the team. So like, you don't want to just like make some assets for this real quick. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And then within a few days, I had a bunch of assets made for Skill Wheel. So I ended up taking all of their existing skill icons and like cleaning them up and like making them circular things, like upping the resolution. I made a bunch more icons in their style, trying to match some of the existing ones. And it's really funny because I think to this day they have no idea that I made a bunch of their move skill icons. They have no idea. It just mysteriously appeared. So that's funny. And yeah, anyway, so like at that point onward, I only had like loose contact with Hiro for the next like I think 2 years. Like I think we talked.
Yeah, that was a long
like,
period of
there
pretty
was,
much never talking.
There would be like months where we just never talked, and like you'd hit me up randomly for like some things occasionally. Like there was a couple points of contact like after many months had passed, but like for the next 2 years. I think at one point like you asked me like, oh, can you like, do some art for this person, that kind of thing, right? Like it was like sparse contact. And then it wasn't until like 2 years later that I was at the gym when I got the DM like, oh, you want to make a Pokemon mod? Because I actually had mentioned back then at the past, like if you ever want to do a project, I think it'd be fun to work on a project with you. Like I said that like a long time ago, right? I think he remembered that, I guess, because like I was like, one of the few artist contacts he had at that point, I guess, that I had said that. And so then I got contacted to do Cobblemon. And it's funny though, because the first like week or two on the team, like I didn't get in the voice call. I was kind of afraid to because you know why. I was afraid to get into the VC for the first couple of weeks because I didn't want Hiro to find out that I was a woman, because he did not know for the 2 years that he had known me.
What?
It's like,
well, the reason why
it makes
was so
such
funny.
a difference.
Well,
I'm like, I would refer.
Yeah, he always called me Hiro. But what's really funny about that is like we like back when we were talking for like this couple weeks when we hit it off, like you shared some personal stuff with me that like no guy would ever tell a woman, right? Like we were talking about some really like stuff that and I didn't want to break it to him because I felt like I didn't want to embarrass him. I'm like, oh my, I don't want him to find out that he shared all that with like a woman, and, and I was trying, and so. Eventually, but it was really awkward though, because eventually, obviously, it had to come out. So I was like another dev had pinged me like, "Hey, can you get in VC to talk about something real quick?" And I'm like, "Shit, okay." And so I did, right? And I was talking with him in VC, and then Hiro joins unexpectedly, and then I just got quiet, like I just went dead silent because I didn't want to speak. I started typing in DM to the other dev. I'm like, he doesn't know, like, and the other dev is like, "What did I just walk into? What's going on?"
That's
And
amazing.
he doesn't know that I'm a woman. I don't know how to break it to him.
There are funny changes too, where at first my abbreviation of your name was Ver, as in VER, because in my brain that's like male coded.
Yeah,
And then
I
after
understand.
realizing, wait a minute, she's a she, now it's Vera.
No,
Which
actually,
is
it's
a
really funny
very
about
funny
that
little change.
because it's really funny that things like when people think I'm a guy, they call me Vera or they call me Verax. When they think I'm a woman, they call me Vera.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah, but anyway, so like I eventually had to break it. It was so funny when he felt like I ended up telling, like I left the VC and I told him in chat afterwards. It's like I have to tell him now. So I told him in text in the channel. I'm like, okay, I have to tell you the truth. And when he found out, I remember your reaction. You were like, oh my god, and you're like, I need to go back and look through all our DMs.
Yeah, make sure I didn't say anything too dodgy. Uh-oh.
you were looking back like mortified, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, I didn't think I'd ever get in VC with this person, So
Oh man, that was
really
such
funny.
a funny reveal.
I know, like you knew me for years and had no idea. No, it's okay. It's not the record though. Like I think the longest anyone's ever gone not knowing was like 7 years.
What?
Well, sometimes it just doesn't matter. Vera writes like a guy.
I do. I write like a guy. I just go along with it.
The tone of
It's
the
more fun that
messages
way.
feels, I don't know how to describe it. It just feels like a guy's writing. Sometimes
like a
you have
guy's writing.
someone else writing and you're like, that's a she. You just know
No,
it's a
yeah,
she.
exactly. No, I tend to just pretend I'm a guy because it's easier for everybody that way. It's also easier for me. You don't get sexually harassed when you pretend to be a guy. And then like guys are more open
Yeah.
about talking about things. Like it's an easier time in the internet to just be a guy. So I just go, for like all my life I've just done that. And like, but like I guess it's like before Cobblemon, I never really was in any situations where I was like doing VC with people regularly, so I could just pretend to be a guy for years and no one would ever know, like in online games and things. No one would ever find out. But then like, working on a team project now, we're VCing all the time, and like suddenly I have to like switch. Anyway.
It's a very long story about that particular detail,
I'm
but
sorry,
that was very
it's
funny.
really funny.
It was very funny.
You're all good. We love yapping.
Anyway, so I guess to quickly speed through like the whole first year of Cobblemon's development, it was like I said, it was a ragtag team of a couple people. We invited a few people on here and there. Like when Aiko joined, it was really funny because he was originally trying to help Pixelmon out, and then like him and like Hollow, and Pixelmon was like kind of treating him like crap and not really paying him any attention, and they were kind of frustrated working for them. So guess what? They were actually they were brought on by Pixelmon to make blocky block bench Pokemon, believe it or not, which is really funny, trying to compete with us. But eventually, Aiko and Hollow were like, you know what, Pixelmon sucks, and they like defected, took all their assets, and just left. I don't even think they noticed for a while. And so they joined us.
So trollish. Aiko put that GIF of the
I gotta find
GIF
it.
guy. I was like, don't do that.
So
He
funny.
just replaced all of his assets on the Dropbox or whatever it was with this weird GIF of a guy with a beer belly, where the beer belly opens up into being like a mini fridge with beer in
It's
it.
like they just
It was like
replaced
the
it with that.
strangest GIF. And he
It
just
was so
replaced
funny.
all of their stuff, and I was like, well, that's a very bitter thing to do. Okay.
I didn't see it as bitter. I think it was more like Aiko just playing around, like, you know what, bye, and he just put that there.
You reckon
Aiko's
this
a
is going to
goofball.
blow up and tell us what?
I don't know.
I'm
Aiko's a
expecting
goofball. He
to.
probably thought it was really funny.
But yeah, for the first year, we had a very small crew because it's a lot harder to pull new people in when you haven't got something that's released to the public. But
Yeah.
we had what we needed. I think we had more coders back then because it started off with 3 programmers. I feel like I roped in a few other people. Craft helped for a while. The main thing was getting the core systems ready in a way that could show that there was something here that was worth doing or that was worth using.
That's crazy to think of. Y'all started off so small. Like when I hopped into the team, like y'all had like so many artists, so many programmers, like you had PR people. Like it's crazy to think that y'all started with so little people.
That's a weird thing to have, yeah. Who's heard of a mod team that has a internal media team that does trailers and things?
I know, it's crazy.
I
I
was gonna
want to say, yeah.
I was gonna say, like, as like an outsider that doesn't like see like a lot of the internal workings, but has played like tons of mod packs, it's really interesting to see how much like you guys go into like social media. That's the main one that I see, obviously, besides playing the actual mod pack and like going what goes into like actual mod pack development. It's like, for a lot of mods, it's like, oh hey, we dropped new mod pack number whatever, version whatever. Whereas this is like, you guys drop a mod pack update, you drop trailers to hype it up. It's like it's a lot, and it's so interesting hearing and like kind of getting a glimpse into like the internal workings of that team as well.
I think the motivation for it too came from we want to do everything that we do to the highest standard we can based on the people that we have, the whatever costs are involved. And someone comes along and says, you know what, we could make trailers. And my general belief is if someone is passionate about an idea and I don't have a problem with it, then let them rip, give them whatever help they need and see how they go. And so it started off with trailers getting made by people who felt that we could do trailers and they were willing to own that. And they start putting those together and we go, hey, that's actually pretty good. And then later on, we get more people with more talent in that area that are able to help and the quality goes up. It's the same with the fainting animations. Originally, we didn't have faint animations and it wasn't really an idea we'd pushed on with. But then Ico at some point made a feint animation, said, you know what, I think this is something we should do. And I stand back, let him rip. He did a few feint animations, and I went, okay, yeah, bugger it, let's do that. A lot of what we have that is, you know, in the realm of high polish is the result of someone pushing the envelope, and they've got particular skills in some area that are relevant, and that's it. They create a new standard, raise the bar a bit.
Yeah.
Someone felt that we should be on social media and like driving up hype for updates ahead of time, and I thought, well, it's not a bad idea, go ahead.
Yeah.
That's how we get to where we are now.
Really does just evolve like that, yeah. Every single person's just so passionate about it that like we just keep getting good ideas after good idea after good idea after good idea, and it just keeps evolving to the point where like the scope kind of ends up insane, but at the same time though, we also have so many people who are dedicated and passionate about it that it's actually not unreasonable to do, and that's kind of the crazy thing. I remember early on in Cobblemon development, like doing the math on like how many assets it would take just to finish all the models and give them basic movement animations, and like I calculated with the team we had at the time, it'd probably take us like 8 years to finish. I'm like, it's going to take us an eternity to finish this mod. Like, what are we getting ourselves into? And I remember thinking even back when we were developing for 1.0, well, there's tons of people back then who like knew about it, who were part of the scene, who were doubting us. They were like, there's no way you're going to be able to compete with Pokémon and redo all this again. Like, it took Pokémon like a decade to get to where they are, right? And people were like doubting us, saying, there's no way you're going to do it. And like, looking at the math at the time, I'd agree with them. It was kind of insane. But at the same time, though, we kind of just pushed on, like, you know, it doesn't really matter if it's going to take us an eternity. We're just going to keep pushing on doing it until something happens, right? Like, we didn't really kind of think about that, about how long it was going to take. But that's why, like, 1.0 took so long. I think that the first version was literally just, like, it was, like, the first generation of Pokemon, a healer, and, working battles, right? Wasn't that, like, the first one? It was like PC. Like, it was the most bare bones Pokemon mod you could imagine, right? It took us a year to finish that. But once we actually like got that update out, that's where everything really changed, because I didn't expect it to blow up the way that it did. Like, we were not prepared. Like, we were so not prepared that, like, I remember that first day being in like the trenches and then like, Discord of people piling in and like trying to deal with.
After Munching Oranges video? What was the first inception point? I think it was Munching Oranges video.
It might have been that. There was like one famous YouTuber or something who found it like as soon as like it released or something. Like, it started getting some content, and like I think within the first week we had like 20 or 30,000 people in that Discord. Like, it was insane how many people poured in, and we were like in a state of crisis because there were all these people asking questions and needing help, and we didn't have any support members. I had no support team at all.
We need a moderation team.
It was really funny because we were literally recruiting support and moderation members on that first day, like on the fly. Like, we need people now. We just found people who were like helpful around the community. Like, you're now helping us get in here, and it was so chaotic.
I could swear it wasn't like the first version. I feel like it was a later one where things rapidly got out of hand.
It did. Okay, I want to. It did. Maybe it was the second version that was like super out of hand. I know the very first version though, it was already pretty chaos though, because like every single version update for the first few updates was like in the trenches. We're like trying to hold the line. Like, that was like the several first few updates were like that, and people just poured in. Even on after 1.0, that's when we really got like 20 or 30 new recruits like within like a week or two, because it was insane how many people started pouring into the Discord. People just started. The thing that blew me away is how people just started making models and art without being asked to. Like, they just saw what we were doing. They're like, oh, this exists. And then they just piled into our like public art channel and just started making Pokemon models, like all of them, just like model after model after model. And some of them weren't even like official Pokemon. There were tons of fake mon being made and things. And people were just like inspired to just make things. And we didn't ask them to do this. They just started doing it on their own. We had to make the modeling channel afterwards when we realized it was becoming such a big thing in the community. And I just remember that like those first couple weeks after like our first release, I was stalking the art and modeling channels, like looking at all like the artists who were there, trying to find new recruits. I'm like, here's the opportunity to make this not take 8 years, you know?
Yeah.
There you go.
And I think I literally all at one sitting, I kind of brought in like people, ran a training crash course, you know, with them all, and like we just kind of like see who like stuck, you know, who could help. We ended up keeping a lot of those first modelers actually. A lot of them are still around now. But it was a crazy time. Like, our team grew exponentially in a matter of a couple weeks after release. Like, it went from less than a dozen members, maybe only like 8 or something members, to literally like 30 members within the first week or two. It was crazy. And from that point onward, the ball just kind of kept rolling really fast. Like, we just kept getting all these new people who had all these new ideas, and, you know, it just kept going. Just the rest is history, I guess, you know? Like, at that point, like, the Cobblemon you see now kind of like happened pretty quickly after that, just because that's when we just not everybody. And it obviously kept developing for a long time afterwards. Like, how many people are in our dev Discord now? They're not all active, but there's like over
It's
100
like
people in there, right?
160. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
a good
We need
number.
more pruning. I'll snap my fingers and erase exactly half of them at random just to get the number below 100. I don't want
do
any
have to do
unlucky people
occasional-
working for me.
We do have to do occasional purchases of like people who are inactive, but like, you know, like, there are some people who are guests in there and some who aren't super active and things. So like maybe there's like 100 active members ish, and then we're counting support members too. Like in the dev cord, we count support and moderation and things as well. So like there's like 20 or 30 people just on the like support and moderation teams combined or something, I think. So it might be 20. I don't know. I haven't counted in a while, but it's a lot. There's a lot of people just doing support and moderation help and wiki writing and things like that. It's just been a wild ride since then. Like the first year was super slow, and it all happened at once.
Like,
Are there
not
any
to
other,
like be super off topic, but like you mentioned scope creep, right?
Yeah.
There's so many projects that just there's so many features you can add in a Pokemon mod, you know. Like off rip, you know, you could have berry plots, you could have following Pokemon, you could have ride Pokemon, you could do gym battles, all this and stuff. Like how did you guys manage that, I guess?
We didn't.
Like picking
I think that's something we have yet to figure out.
We do a little bit. I will say, okay, I often have to come in and kind of put my foot down a lot when they start suggesting things I think are a little too out of scope. Because like they come up with so many ideas all the time. Like, okay, we give the team a lot of creative freedom, and we do kind of let them go a little bit rogue here and there. But we do have to at some point say, okay, this is getting too far out of bounds. So there are times we have to go in and be like, that's cool and all, but like it adds so much additional work, or like maybe we'll revisit it like way down the line, right? But like I said, a lot of it kind of what we do allow kind of comes down to, are there people here who are able and willing to do it? Like, can they actually do it? And so we have been able to add a ton of really cool stuff because there have been a lot of people here who are able and willing to do it. So like, the scope has expanded immensely over time, but we also have like over 100 people in that Discord working. So we cut, you know, I mean, like the numbers let it grow. I hate having to put my foot down. That some people know, though.
Yeah, every now and then though, you do have to come in with something's been pitched and you've got to say no.
Sometimes it's like too far from canon, or sometimes it's just like, you know, it's a lot of it's just like it's unreasonable to do with our current team or something. Like we do try to stick, like we're not adding like Fakemon that's changing stats. We're adding like cosmetic forms. We're not going to add any custom stat forms. You know, we're going to stick to mostly canon in the base mod, but like add some little Easter egg stuff from the anime and stuff. Like we try to kind of limit it to, okay, what makes sense to be like in the mod itself that's from like some actual source, right?
Yeah.
But then, because they have so much creativity, the whole team, we have like an add-on Discord where they're like currently working on a bunch of add-ons. They want to make official add-ons later, which I said is okay, but we're not focusing on it yet because we still got a lot to do in the base mod. But I think once the model team's like done with the decks, they're probably gonna end up hitting like the add-on cord and just making tons of like official add-ons for all kinds of random shit that they have ideas for. So
yeah,
it's hard. I don't want to like stifle their creativity, but it's difficult because the team has so many ideas that they're prone to going off topic.
Yeah, you gotta like have a realistic goals and like something achievable, rather than inserting like random thing from anime number 5 like that was seen once.
Another thing worth doing is, and this helps me at least align my priorities, is playing the mod properly. Like getting into a single player world or hopping on a server and playing it and feeling out what's missing and focusing on that. And if something is very far away from that experience, that's very, I'd say, disconnected from that set of needs, that motivation, then often it's just, we'll consider this later. And if you stifle the immediate excitement and then leave it for some time, a lot of people come around and go, yeah, okay, we don't actually need that. I don't care anymore.
Yeah. That I've kind of learned, like, I don't like ever shutting something down like that. I kind of just like deflect a bit, like, hey, we'll come back to it later, or like, you know, like, let's think about this a little longer, and then that kind of determines like if it's actually worth. Like, if people like stick on it, then maybe it is worth doing. But if people are like, yeah, you know, maybe it's not that important. Ultimately, I suspect there probably will be a lot of these random ideas might pop up like 5 years from like down the line after like most of the base mod's done. Like it's possible we will come back to some of these things, but there's like higher priorities, you know. And I kind of tell them that, like, let's get the more immediate priorities out of the way first, and if we get there, we'll get there.
Yeah.
I'm not like closing the doors. Like I'm not gonna say we're never gonna do this, but if something's too much of a stretch goal, I'm just gonna say, let's do what we need to do first, and we'll come back to it down the line if we still have the energy. If we're still here.
This is probably not a very safe idea. No, it's definitely not a safe idea.
Are you like
Make the
standing
cannon
in the
work.
middle of the chamber?
No, I wouldn't do that. I'm trying to imagine where's the TNT gonna land? No, that's probably fine. This is fine.
Just start
right? This
shooting
isn't
it.
gonna
Just
kill
shoot
me.
TNT in the direction.
I have been firing it. I've been getting close with some, but I need more. I need more DACA. Okay, so that's all lit. That's fine. Okay. Well, that's not accurate at all. Okay. If I made it 3 wide, I concentrated the fuel down the middle. Otherwise, I have to make this much taller to give it enough. There was some up. Oh, it's a giant electrode. I see.
You gotta explode him before he explodes you.
That's right.
You know, speaking on Electrode, because he's such a cool Pokemon. When it came to like just the blocky voxel style, like just sticking true to vanilla Minecraft with the Pokemon models, what inspired you to like stick with it? I guess like 'cause the rounded models of other mods are so much easier to do. Like, is it just really just a quality over like ease of access? I
Oh.
guess question.
It started off that Cobblemon was going to have the smooth models because back in my day, we had a poll at some point in Pixelmon where we were trying to get a sense of what was more popular, and smooth models won. And I'd had this on and off again relationship with them where I didn't particularly like them, but I was like, well, if that's the majority opinion. So when Cobblemon started, we had code for rendering smooth models that Landon was working on. He was very proud of it. There's some funny gifs of his attempt at getting animations working with a Kingler. Or was it a Krabby? I think it was a Kingler.
Oh, I think it was a Krabby. It was really funny.
So cursed.
It was
Because
cursed.
when it wasn't working, it was hilarious.
It was so
But
distorted.
he had it working though, and we were considering going down that line, in which case you'd need to hire a lot of modelers, and the amount of time that goes into modeling the 3D ones, unless you rip them from the games, obviously. That is the most cost effective on time and money. But if you actually have those made properly, which would have been one of my stipulations, I don't like yoinking stuff, it would have taken way more time. But that's what we were charging down for the first few days. Then I was just casually looking around for alternatives, considering maybe we do blocky models. I was in the Blockbench Discord, and at the time, just a young kid was posting blocky models of Pokemon in there, and they looked good to my non-artistic eye. And I thought, you know what, that actually would simplify things, because that's how Minecraft handles its models. That's a lot more in the vibe of the game. I preferred it personally, how they looked in game. I just saw a lot more potential in that. And so I reached out to him and was like, would you be interested in making some models for us? Initially for freebies, and started paying him later, which cost me a lot of money. But the shift happened only a few days into the project, because we realized that the blocky models were both more efficient for us to put together because of the costs that come with paying for people to make full 3D smooth models. And it felt better. There was more we could do with it. You could have, for example, Pokemon turn their head to look at you, which maybe that's not the flagship feature of the mod. You know, maybe that's not the most important thing in the world, but it feels a lot better. I think the thing it adds to the experience is really good. We played around with having ears on models bounce. It's no longer a thing because it requires. I want to put it. I'm gonna re-implement it, but we had it so that when Pokemon fall from a height, their ears would like bounce when you hit the ground, and that's something you can do. Yeah, I want to put that back in. I could do it the NGs could do that. Just put more work on the engineers.
Yeah.
But well, they're always willing to do more work now. But that was something that was only possible because we were doing blocky models where the joints are very declared. You can control them directly from code, which for the smooth models, you can't really do it the same way. The formats are much more complex. But yeah, it was simultaneously the most cost-effective solution and the most artistically pleasant, I suppose. So that's why.
I do have some things to say on this as well, real quick. I think there is a factor having to do with the technology at the time, is why smooth models were more popular back
Yeah.
in the day. Because there has been a big shift in the Minecraft scene as a whole as to moving to blocky models, and it has to do with the technology available. So back in the day, like over 10 years ago, 15 years ago, the technology that they were
Back in
working with
the
to
day.
make blocky models wasn't like Tecme and other crappy programs. Like these programs were horrible. Like it was impossible to make anything in them, and so all the models that were made in blocky style looked terrible. Like they looked like really bad Roblox models. You know what I mean? You probably remember what I'm talking about. And that isn't the
Yeah.
fault of the mod devs or the artists necessarily. It's that the programs they were working with were just so terrible. It was hard to make anything look good, and like nothing was textured because texturing was really hard. The program would crash constantly. It was laggy and slow. Like it was, the technology they had available was horrible. The result is that every blocky model, quote unquote, that was like in Minecraft style, quote unquote, wasn't actually in Minecraft style and looked pretty terrible. And so because the alternative was really awful looking blocky models, everybody preferred smooth models because it just looked better than what was available, right? Blockbench completely changed that, and now it's possible to make blocky models that are actually in Minecraft style that actually look amazing. And with that shift in technology, generally the public has vastly shifted over to preferring blocky models because they now look good. They don't look terrible. And so you kind of see that most Minecraft mods today are using models made with Blockbench. Very few are still using smooth models. It's not really a thing anymore. And it just has to do with a shift in the technology. So it's not necessarily that everybody prefers smooth models in Minecraft. It's that nobody liked the old ones.
Yeah.
Which is, I didn't like them either. They were ugly. So yeah, it's just kind of a tone shift in like, the technology available, and so people got sick of the old like smooth ones and realized like, you know what, models in Minecraft that look like Minecraft actually look better than ones that don't look like they fit in Minecraft. It's kind of what people realized.
Exactly.
Yeah, so like, yeah, so with our art direction, our big goal is, obviously we go more detailed than vanilla does, because vanilla is almost too simplistic in a lot of ways. Because if you look at a lot of like Mojang's other content for Minecraft, like all their side stuff, they make way more complex and interesting models than a lot of other side stuff they do. But the vanilla cows are still like the same ones from like a bazillion years ago, right? Like they haven't updated their style of base Minecraft, but they have gotten a lot more complex in other content. So like, we kind of felt like we didn't want to limit ourselves to looking exactly like vanilla, because like, these things don't look the best. But we also didn't want to deviate too hard from the blocky style. We felt like it's still important to look blocky and like have that texturing that kind of looks like it fits in the world, So we kind of like developed our own style. It's not quite Minecraft style, but it's not voxel. It's just a higher quality, higher detailed block model style that's still trying to retain as much blockiness as possible. Like we have like a rule. Okay, the Cobblemon model team motto is, we don't make cubes look round, we make cubes look good. We want round things to be translated to cubes, but we just want them to look good as cubes.
Yeah.
So that's why you see like something like a Voltorb that's just a perfect cube, because that's how you translate a perfect sphere, right? It's funny that way. Like the Wooloo's just being perfect cubes is the funniest thing in the world. I would not like round them any further than that.
Or like Ditto.
But then Pokemon, yeah. But the thing is, like, some Pokemon designs are super complex. Like especially later Gen ones. Like as they got further into the gens, like the Pokemon designs got more and more complex, and like you like we were looking at things like Eternatus, like how the hell do we translate this? You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of Pokemon like that where we look at them, we're like, we don't really know how to translate this shape. But like we still try our best to make sure that you can still see the cubes in it, you can identify the cubes, and it's not round. Like we don't want to add too many unnecessary edges. And it's a hard balancing act because it's so easy for modelers to accidentally go overboard, and I'm all the time going in having to simplify things. I'm like, okay, take out this cube, simplify this, trying to strike a balance of looking good and detailed without going over detailed.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Anyway. Yeah, that's just the art's perspective on it, and like how that is.
No, honestly, I really do love your style. Like, whenever I think of like good high quality block bench, I always think like Cobblemon, and especially when it comes to the animations, the animation team is insane. Like
They're
the way
correct.
y'all got
Absolutely.
a horse Pokemon to look.
Oh, all horse
obsession.
Pokemon. Yeah, all horse Pokemon are done by Barry, the same animator.
Yeah,
Barry
shout
is
out to
obsessed
Barry.
with the horse Pokemon. Yeah, it's all the horse Pokemon. A lot of the flying, like there's a lot of flying ones that they do as well. They like flying things, so like you'll see a lot of the flying horse animations. I think they're doing the evolutions now. They like cute things like that too. So Barry does really good animations, but it takes them a long time to do it because they burn out really easily. So they put a lot of effort into those, and they struggle to make them happen.
Nah,
Those-
like major shout out to Barry. They like
Yeah.
Faye is amazing.
Mhm. It's crazy. I think a lot of the ones that impress me the most are honestly like the faint animations. Like the ideas they come up with are just the greatest. Have you seen the tandem mouse faint? Like it was on TikTok for a while because it was so funny.
Tandem mouse.
Like
They're
a lot
so-
of, in terms of feints, a lot of my favorites come from Gingle. They do a ton of interesting ones.
I feel like each iteration of this like D&D canon is getting taller but weaker.
No, it's not weaker. I think something blocked it last time. I think that's what happened. But
Oh, okay.
I wanna see. It does have to get taller because I need to get more TNT next to the projectile charge
Yeah.
as I possibly can. Because I remember there was an update. I used to be much more obsessed with TNT cannons. I had like on my old YouTube account videos of different cannons I'd made. I was that
I
obsessed.
still forgot the TNTs.
As a 14-year-old, I was quite passionate about it. And then they changed the mechanics of it slightly. I think they made it so that TNT moves more slowly in water. When you used to be able to line up like 8 lines of fuel, and within one TNT's like detonation time, it was able to move all the way up to the end to where the projectile charge was. And then they changed it, and suddenly all of my cannon designs had to get way more vertical because they can't move as quickly through the water.
Yeah.
It was a bummer.
Time to roll back the version of Minecraft real quick.
All
Yeah,
right.
hang on. Can we start
travel.
over?
Time to
And...
go back.
Yeah. We're just gonna.
Start the whole thing over.
Yeah, we're just gonna scrap everything so far and just start over in a different version.
Oh, you got some of the launch.
Ah!
Oh, do you guys like my Pokemon that I built? My very.
What did you build?
I think you guys can tell. Comment below if you can tell who this is. I think it's,
Yeah, that you know,
I think it's very clear who it is.
it's the guy from Peanut Butter and Jelly Time
Oh,
doing little dance.
oh. As people are learning, I am not a builder in the slightest.
It's all good, Benja. We live and we learn, you know.
Yo, of course, the like non-builder decides to do a building-based Minecraft podcast.
I mean, that's exactly how you learn the.
Yeah, exactly.
And speaking of learning, so you guys mentioned the community a little while ago, like that explosive boom in getting those modelers. What other part of the community has like surprised you, or I guess like
It's
subverted
the people that have,
expectations?
there are so many add-ons and side mods for the project that add in, you know, features that we're still working on in a simplified form. Like there were people pushing the limits on what we could do with attack particles, like move animations, before we'd even released the version that had them. If you go to Modrinth and search in any category for Cobblemon,
Oh yeah.
I mean, mod packs, obviously, you'll see heaps, but for add-ons and resource packs and mods themselves, there's just so much. I had no conception of exactly how, no conception of how explosively that would take off, how motivated people would be to create things. And that made me happy because I think that I know from my own experience that creating things by your own skills, learning how to make things and then publishing them is a special kind of joy that made me very happy as a kid, and it continues to make me happy. Seeing so many people clearly have the same feeling, have the same excitement out of getting in, figuring out how they can develop skills, use their skills to make stuff, and then publishing that out there. It's both surprising and very it feels very good. It feels very good to see people take what you've made and go, you know what, yeah, I'm gonna make stuff too.
Yeah. Now, speaking of add-ons, because there, like you said, there's a lot of them. Like, as someone who's played in like on various servers and just solo worlds where I'm building a Cobblemon mod pack because maybe the main pack is missing a feature. what's that process like of determining, oh, that's a feature we want to add to the main pack, that's one that we don't, and what's the process of like trying to, I guess, integrate those add-ons into like main pack updates?
With add-ons, it's hard to pull in most of them because it's often not the exact technology of how they put it together, but the idea behind how they did it. Breeding is a good example. We have a vision for how breeding will work, and it's got all these little details and all this flow of how it should work. We have lots of discussions. We have like weekly or is it bi-weekly or semi-weekly? If it's bi-weekly, once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, every 2 weeks.
I always mix up bi-weekly or bi-yearly or biannually.
I don't know.
with semi. I think semi is half, so it's every half. Yeah, okay. So we have these design meetings that I think are scheduled for every 2 weeks. That we go over these topics of how are we going to implement this? How are we going to code in or put together this feature? And it is a complicated process. I wouldn't say that there is a locked-in process other than discussion. The general guardrails around it is that we want something that functions in multiplayer. It still should work well in multiplayer. It has to be really good in single player. It has to fit into the general progression of how we want the player to experience the mod. We've got a central vision of you have to work for the things you get in the mod. Every feature should link to other features, so there shouldn't be anything that's far off on the side and doesn't relate to any other features. Everything should kind of circle back into the same loop. But other than those abstract concepts, a lot of us just sit down and discuss it. And if we seem to have a locked-in idea on what to do, but then someone comes up with a better idea, then we'll do the better idea. You know, there's a lot of iteration, there's a lot of conversation and debate. And unfortunately, a lot of the add-ons that get made, they aren't made with all of that debate that we have. Yeah. And as a result, it just ends up being completely different. Breeding done by Ludisha, and their username starts with F, I don't remember. Their breeding mod is very popular.
Yeah.
It does it in a way that is not a terrible idea. It's just not how we want to do it. And so we can't use it. And we can't use it. So
well, no, we don't really.
Writer.
It's not really a process of like looking at people's add-ons and being like, how do we incorporate that? We'd never kind of really start there to begin with. We're definitely
the idea first, and then
before
it's kind of time to do it.
We're really coming up with all of our ideas completely independently. We're not really kind of looking at the add-on community at all and looking at what to incorporate or anything. We're kind of like, we don't really look at that. There's sometimes we'll like note like, oh, this guy might do something cool, but we're really kind of doing our own thing, and we're not trying to take anything from anybody else. You know, we're not. Yeah. That's not our focus. So we're really looking first and foremost at like what features do we want to add to our mod, and we're starting from a place of like looking at Pokemon and Minecraft and not at what the community is doing. What the community is doing is like they can do whatever fun stuff they want, right? Like we're not trying to take from them. We're not, you know, we're doing our own thing over here. So yeah, and we don't even use like any add-ons in the official mod pack or anything either. Like we're just totally doing our own thing and letting the community do whatever the heck they want.
Okay.
I think the official one could benefit from
I've thought about
some add-ons. There's like Tim's capture experience. We should probably just add capture experience.
That is from our own team. Okay, one thing is I don't want to do favoritism. One thing is I don't want to do favoritism and have one guy's add-on get like all his attention being put up by putting in the official mod pack when it's not really fair to everybody else. You know, I'm kind of like
it's not so much about. I'm not sure it's about the favoritism. I don't think Tim would get suddenly millions of dollars.
No,
like it is a feature. The feature on its own, capture experience, is something that either one we should just implement ourselves, or two, include it in the mod pack because that is that's a cool feature.
It's easier to put on our own team, but I guess what I'm saying is like there is a level of officializing it by adding it to that mod pack, right? So I don't want to necessarily I don't want to play favorites and like officialize some people's stuff and not others. It's like it should be entirely community choice to choose what like a third party stuff they want to do. I feel like, right? Like I don't want to like push any one solution for something onto, you know, because there might be multiple mods to add something. I don't want to choose one and say this is the one that we're endorsing, you know. It's really kind of like more the community's decision to pick whatever they think is cool. Right.
Just take the capture experience code and implement it.
We should add that ourselves. I just think it's just not been the highest priority. There's like so
Yeah.
much going on all the time that like there's some stuff we probably should at this point. We just haven't got around to because we're trying to do so many things at once.
Yeah. No,
Well, no,
Oh, go ahead.
well, the add-ons in general though, like he was saying, there's something that went somewhere. Did it hit anything?
Did it go somewhere? I didn't see it come
It
out.
went
of the cannon. I thought
above
It
the
went-
full board.
It went over all the targets. You like overcorrected
What?
by a lot. I think it went entirely over.
Over all of them.
I saw it go straight into the sky. I saw it.
Yeah.
I didn't see it even leave my cannon. All right.
It was
that's-
straight up into the sky. Whatever you just did.
Okay.
Yeah, one thing I think is cool that we did for the add-ons is that I think our very first update was adding like the ability to add Fakemon. Wasn't that like their very first update after
the
1.0?
customization update. No, I don't think it was one. Might have been 1.2.
Might have been 1.2. I thought it was like 1.1. It was really early though. I think what we
1.1,
had
I think I did fishing. Or like there was fishing. There was fishing a swimming AI, and that was like 2 weeks after release. Like I was moving quick at that point. Very a small scope. Then I think after
prioritized
that was the
adding-
customization update.
You might be right. I just remember that like we did the customization update really, really early because we were seeing what the community was doing as soon as we released our like mod and how everybody was making all this stuff and like ooh.
That hit it. It's good.
It hit it. It didn't explode.
delay
I can make it explode.
I need to delay the charge.
All right.
It's all right. I can do that.
Yeah, we were seeing what everybody was like, especially like after we released, we saw what everybody was doing in the community and like making all these like fake mod and stuff. And we were like, we should let people add this to the mod. And like I think we were planning on adding that maybe a little later, but we realized that we need to like give the ability for people to add their Pokemon to the mod like immediately so that they could develop stuff alongside us and that they weren't necessarily just waiting on us for everything, right? Like the ability for people to just make their own stuff and add it and like, you know, grow with the mod alongside us was like a big priority for us. So we dropped everything to get the data pack stuff in quick.
Yeah.
You shorten the charge. I'm an idiot.
I was gonna say, like, as you lit it, I'm like, wait, what do we want to shorten the delay?
It's all right. I'm an expert. Trust.
This
Our
is the
genius programmer, everyone.
I was gonna say.
Built all the systems of Cobblemon, trust.
Yes, have faith in my process. Wait, do I have any charges this far back?
I'm like holding my
Yeah,
breath, trying to see if this works.
Yeah.
fact.
Four.
Fun fact: do you want to take a wild guess what the very first add-on made and published for Cobblemon was? Like the very Fakemon data pack.
Oh, I think I know what it was. It's what I think it is, isn't it?
do you guys want to know what it is?
Yes.
I'm
The
hoping
very
it's
first-
Baja Blast.
No, that was one of ours that came way later. But the very first add-on ever published for Cobblemon by like a random, you know, third-party source. Like we put up the board in the Discord. Very first one to hit that board was Among Us with long legs.
We did
Hit
it!
it!
Hey!
Long-legged Among Us was the very first Cobblemon add-on. Let it be known.
It was so dumb. It was well done too. Like it was well made.
It was
dumb.
they started with, I think it was an evolution line. There was a base there was the Among Us guy,
Yeah.
and then there was the long leg evolution. It was the funniest thing.
That's awesome.
I called it though. I told when we put it up, I said, okay, it's gonna be one of three things. I said, I'm like, the first add-on's gonna be one of three things. It's either gonna be Sonic, Five Nights at Freddy's, or Among Us. One of the
I think
three
we've
is gonna
had-
be the first one.
Have we seen a Five Nights at Freddy's one yet? I know
I
I've
don't
seen
know.
the other two.
I there might be one. I actually, fun fact, one of our modelers has made every single like Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic in Cobblemon style, like the models.
Oh, that's cool.
It's they're made in Cobblemon style and it's stupidly high quality. I feel like we should make them like an add-on just because it'd be really funny. You're breaking through the wall. It's working.
Hell
The
yeah.
thing is
I wonder if I
working.
can make multiple projectile charges at the same time.
Oh, don't overcomplicate. Just shoot the cannon. You're gonna break it. You're like, okay, how can I complicate this system to fire multiple at once now? Let's
Yeah.
blow up the entire thing and start all over from scratch.
Yeah, this took an hour to do, and we blow it up.
It's immediately complicated.
Nah, you're getting there though. You
Yeah.
might see what's behind door number 1.
I again love how small the target was, and then you just build a mass. I think it's a full door.
We're getting through. We're breaking through the walls.
Let's go.
We're going.
Still a grossly overextended fuse time.
Yeah.
But I'm really nervous. If I undertune the fuse, then it'll end up detonating on my cannon because it won't be loose by the time the fuel explodes. If it hasn't been lit by the time the fuel explodes, the fuel exploding is what will light the charge, and then it blows up at the end of my cannon, and I've got to like scramble over there with water to prevent it from blowing up the last hour of progress. So I'm very nervous.
I'll stand by.
Thanks, mate. That's
no problem.
keeping us from a horrible disaster.
I look away for like 2 seconds and just everything blows up.
Sailed straight through, baby.
What did that hit though?
I think it went straight through. Oh, there is way more over here. Oh, dear.
Aim lower, aim lower.
Yeah, okay. I think I know how to aim it lower.
Oh.
There's a whole bunch of things behind the electrode. What's behind electrode number 1?
I thought it was just the electrode, and I was like, okay, yep.
There's like a wall back there of things.
Totally like unrelated to Cobblemon though. What is y'all's favorite Pokemon?
I think it's a tie between like 6 different types of dragon for me. I just love dragon Pokemon. Kingdra, Garchomp, Flygon, Hydreigon, Haxorus. I love dragons.
Mine is Latios. I have like a stupid number of them all around my room. I even have triangle stud earrings that match the pattern on its stomach.
That's cool.
But my second favorite Pokemon is probably Flygon.
Nice. And Lucario Boo, what is your favorite Pokemon?
Dynamo!
Dude, I'll have to send you pictures later. I literally have a painting of Latios on my wall. Like, not kidding. Like a painted mountain with a Latios.
That's awesome.
Done by an actual artist.
For me...
She doesn't have any problems. She's fine. It's okay. It's healthy to have this number of...
Yeah, of course.
I have an obsession with this one Pokemon.
Don't we all? So...
No.
Oh, okay. I have like a team of 6 that like is my go-to team. Because just picking one is way too hard. I owe Charizard, Gengar, Porygon Z, Dragonite, Ditto. And then like, usually the 5th is just like whatever Pokemon I feel like adding. But then...
See if you can aim lower. I don't know if it's easy to do.
It's harder to tilt. There are like 2 configurations for the tilt. However, I can reduce the fuel and then increase the projectile charge, which means it lobs a bit more, but it should get to the target. So I've delayed the charge.
Oh, yeah, higher.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Yeah. So it'll be higher and also slower.
Okay.
Which means it'll lob back down and hit some stuff.
Wait, I lengthen the make it blow up later. It'll fall and then hit stuff. There you go.
That's right. I would like to clear the way a little bit more. I think based on it doing that kind of damage, I need to extend the charge a little bit more. Because it blew up a moment too early.
Yeah.
Subtract that to, yeah, okay.
Our genius programmer at work.
Beautiful, honestly.
It's way lower.
Oh, you okay. Actually, did that again. Did that again. You cleared the way of that one a little bit, so now you should be able to hit the one behind it.
Yeah. Clearly, you're so proud of this TNT cannon. It's beautiful. And like, horrible segue. Like, what's one feature about like Cobblemon that like you're personally super duper proud of, even though it might be like a little overlooked?
Pokemon that hop up and sleep on a player's bed when they hop in bed. I love that feature.
Wait, Pokemon can do that?
It's very simple to make, but it is so cute. And some are configured too. So a lot of starters are that way. Bulbasaur and Charmander and stuff.
I did not know that.
It's just
one
a
of the-
cute little Easter egg.
There's tons of little like Easter eggs we add like that over time, where it's just some cute little behaviors that things do that you can discover.
Yeah.
and it was implemented entirely because I thought it would be cute, and it
is.
is.
It is cute.
Love seeing my
I
little
think
white
there's-
Coco hop in.
There's like no consistency whatsoever with the way the cannon fires. By the way,
Yeah.
It's like blowing up a little too early, I think. You gotta let it go a little.
yeah, more charge time because it is a lot slower now.
What's like one feature, if you can tell us, that you're really excited?
Legends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Legends. Okay, I'm really excited for breeding because like the eggs we're doing are really fun, but Legends are going to be like the coolest thing, hands down.
Yeah. Can you tell us
The
how
plans
they?
for that are sometimes not. They're not necessarily all very thoroughly planned out, but a lot of the broad strokes are,
Yeah.
and all of the broad strokes are badass. And like, there's been prototyping and really visualizing how that's going to look, and it's just gonna be so freaking cool. In all of my like diagrams for the progression of the mod's features and the way they depend on each other, consistently the legendaries are the last point at which I've stopped planning. You know, everything after the legendaries, I'm like, yeah, whatever, it'll be done when it's done. But the legendaries are the capstone for badass because they're just going to be so much the focus to me. Everything leads up to that. Right, I
Can't
feel
wait to
field
see
judge
how.
on the projectile. Whoopsie. Carry on.
Absolutely
say
can't
about
wait
the
to see how you
Legend
guys do Eternamax Eternatus. Like that's gonna be fun to model.
Yeah, I think have they been making progress on that? I feel like I saw someone starting on it. Oh, the Gigantamax, like the modifications of Pokemon. Yeah, maybe we just scale the Pokemon up. It'll be fine. No one will notice. But I know there was that legendary that's just disgustingly large, and I'm like,
There's several that are disgustingly large. You gotta be more specific.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you guys like keep up with various community projects that involve Cobblemon or like servers or like those kinds of projects, or are you guys relatively out of the loop with a lot of the?
We're aware of servers, if only because we need to police them a little bit, make sure they don't steal from each other. Other community projects, I'm sure some people on the team are. I'm not as into that scene as I could be just because I've got other things to focus on, but
We're just busy.
Yeah.
I'm just busy.
No, that's still invalid. Yeah.
I think Benja just wants to flex the fact that he's in a charity server right now.
Yeah. This whole episode I've been just like, how do I get that? How do I sneak that in?
Like it's crazy to think that Cobblemon has evolved into like the vessel in which like charities are getting funded as well. Like it's grown, it's evolved a lot.
Yeah.
It feels to me like it's just it's similar to Minecraft itself, right? Minecraft offers the foundation and gives you enough hooks to go and make things out of it and turn it into something more. The goal for Cobblemon is to do this same sort of thing, where now there's heaps of Pokemon related tools and a lot of scripting support that's coming that'll kind of lower the floor for what kind of skills you need to build stuff of your own. And then what people do with that, I look forward to seeing.
Yeah.
The future is just so. Hey,
Yeah, baby. Is it a zombie?
We're breaking through.
I'd like to have multiple. I shouldn't. But
Chunk
I
by
want to-
chunk, we're getting through the Volt or Electrode. Yeah, that one. Is this Electrode or Voltorb? I can't tell.
it's an
the difference.
electrode.
yeah, he's the big one.
Is that why you made him so ridiculously big?
Yeah, I definitely didn't scale it too high.
You scaled it just a tad high.
Okay, let's ignore scope creep for like 2 seconds, right? Hypothetically, you can do anything you want, like in an unreasonable amount of time, like super duper fast. What feature would both of you like to have in Cobblemon like right now?
It'd just be the ones we're looking forward to the most, right?
Yeah, I was gonna
It'd just be
say
the same
Probably.
question again. Legends, please.
Legends.
As soon as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, get your own questions, Luke. Come up with something original. Don't steal from me.
I'm looking at your note sheet. Come on, buddy.
Stop looking. Jeez.
Okay, is this gonna blow up my entire machine? Do you guys have trust?
Okay, I press the button. So if it does, I can be blamed for it.
Look at you
Yeah,
being
you can
martyr.
do the honors.
Let me know when it's ready.
Take the fall.
I think that's probably the right amount of config. Yeah, press the button. Pull lever, Kronk.
And now if it blows up, I can clickbait it.
Damn, they
We're
both
down.
went low.
Yeah,
Okay, full charge. Need to use full charge for this.
we got this.
Down here.
Interesting seeing a
We hold
programmer do
back.
this, like the thinking behind it.
That redstoner to programmer pipeline is real.
Wait, maybe I can help
Wow.
him on.
I'm terrible at redstone, so this is about the limit of what I can do. Okay. Oh shit! I didn't light it. Okay. Oh, yeah, I see the dilemma here. I've made a little mistakey.
I heard an
salvaged it, it's
explosion and my heart dropped. I'm like, how are we gonna salvage this in like a very short amount of time?
Well, thinking quick. I can do that. Whee!
Hey,
Two very different trajectories. It's because so much of it comes down to that random hitch of when you detonate TNT, like it moves a
Yeah.
little bit. That controls so much of the aim. I should layer it with 3 different projectiles. How am I going to do that without coming at it from the back, though?
So like outside of like developing Cobblemon, obviously, do you guys play a bunch of Cobblemon / just general Pokemon, or has it kind of like bled into like where now whenever you play it kind of feels like work, or like
I think it probably differs between Vera and me.
Yeah.
I play enough Cobblemon in single player when I'm trying to not work for once, and I'm able to enjoy it. But at the same time, part of me is going, you know what? I feel like riding is missing. Riding feels like the thing that's most frustrating. Now that we've got a Pokedex, the inability to quickly get around to all the different places you'd need to go to catch all the Pokemon, that feels like it's missing. But I'm still able to enjoy it. It's still a very peaceful experience. I haven't played a Pokemon game since Pokemon Black and White 2.
whoa!
I'm more into Minecraft than I'm into Pokemon, you could say. But
I played way too much Pokemon. Like I grew up on Pokemon. I have every Nintendo console with every Pokemon game. You know, like I played it a lot. So I'd say like the Minecraft was more of the medium for me, and the Pokemon was like more the ends. You know, whereas like I can make like an adventure map in Minecraft. That's a cool way to do something in Pokemon. So it was kind of the opposite of him, where like I very much started with the Pokemon and then ended up in the Minecraft, right?
yeah.
But like even now, like I'm playing through a goddamn Pokemon game on the side again.
Which Pokemon game are you playing through?
Let's go Eevee because I never had the chance to, so I got a new
Nintendo Switch.
Life.
Legally purchased.
it, so now I pay money for
don't
this.
say that on the record.
Exactly.
Censor all
I mean,
that.
guys cut
normally I
that
don't. Listen, I just said I bought every Pokemon game, every single one. But this one I
Was so eager to support Nintendo financially.
because I'm like, God damn it, it's another.
Quality made Game Freak production.
Hey, we're gonna get sued by
I'm giving
Nintendo.
Nintendo so much goddamn money, okay?
We're 2 for 2 episodes where we're possibly getting sued.
Listen. Hey, listen, I've given them so much goddamn money, and I'm like, I can't, okay? I want to play it, but like, I
Really?
want to fucking buy this game like a 3rd time, okay?
Whoa.
I'm not gonna buy Skyrim again.
And we'll come back from the
Alright.
cut. Absolutely not to happen. Sorry about that. My mic just didn't capture anything, so we had to cut that.
Yeah.
I
Very
apologize.
unfortunate. We're
Hiro,
talking about all
Hiro,
sorts
I've
of
solved
really
your
important.
problems.
How have you solved my problems?
Take a look up from what you're doing right now. Just look up straight up. Like, not straight up, like, you know. There you go.
you said straight up. You
I
said
mean, you know what I
straight
mean. Over there. There you go. I've solved your problems.
I can't aim at that thing. This whole thing is built
No,
to
you
point in one direction.
You get to ask it questions now.
Oh, my rubber duck problem, right?
I'm giving you a rubber duck.
And
I solved your problems.
I gave it grapes. You know, from the lemonade stand.
Whenever you don't know how to aim the cannon, ask the duck how to aim the cannon.
The duck speaks to Vera.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't think the duck has incendiary experience.
And the duck wants
wait, I can change
grapes
that.
from the lemonade stand.
Artillery experience. You're gonna blow it up. You are now
I'm
experienced in artillery.
There, he's holding some TNT. He's holding TNT. I'm gonna give him like a little hat.
Pew! I wish it was more consistent.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm surprised you've gotten this far. Like you're pushing through it.
Yeah. I realized I built my very best build and I don't want it blown up and now I'm scared.
I punched some holes through
Yeah.
something.
The zombie has no legs anymore.
Oh. Okay. Yeah,
Like
that's
the
good.
Lego
That's
movie.
good.
Where are his pants?
Honey, where are my pants? Where is my
Oh my god, there's so much wool everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm just a cleanup crew at this point.
That's all we are at this point. Also, I love all the just dead fish that's floating from all the TNT explosions.
You're joking. We've killed one of the
Yeah, I mean, right here, I'm looking at the fish floating.
Killing fish with the TNT. You guys are aiming a little higher or further.
I think I need more DACA. Can I do one more row of... Yeah, okay.
Oh god, is this the super weapon that y'all were mentioning in the beginning?
Oh, no. The super weapon is way more destructive.
Yeah, that's the finale. We get everybody we've ever had on, and we just all build a super weapon to destroy the world.
Oh god.
Call us zero.
See
Okay,
that's
this
an
should
explosive finish.
Reach.
Yeah.
I press the button. Yeah, it lights up.
Like
Look,
Alexa
look,
launched
look,
the super weapon.
look. No, that's not what I asked for. What is it? What's a good... Like you say something that sounds similar, and it goes, understood, launching the super weapon. No, wait! 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it now has an entire extra thing of fuel. This will go significantly further, probably.
If it doesn't all
Yeah.
blow up.
If it does,
See how
blow
far
us
it
all up,
goes.
yeah.
Well, it fell into the ocean and blew up some fish.
Unlike, did I kill more fish? I will pretend to feel bad about the fish.
Just
Look
pretend
at all the
they're
Barracuda just running around.
yeah, all the magic carps. See, I know Pokemans.
Benja, you're embarrassing me in front of my bosses.
Yeah, I realized like these aren't technically your bosses.
Here, I'll put more fish for you to blow up.
Oh god. Please wait, PC can only handle so much.
There you go. There's plenty of fish for you to blow up now. Go for it.
Well, now we have to like equalize it.
Oh god.
Wow.
Is this what this interview has become? Is just destroying fish?
Yeah, I mean
I know what they did.
yeah.
Bam!
Oh, you hit the zombie. You hit the zombie.
Shoot him up even
Still got,
more.
like,
Very good.
Four more layers to go through. 5 actually.
2, 3, 4, 5.
You'll have enough questions to last us that long, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
So what's your favorite color? Yeah.
Like honestly, no. Like a personal question, I guess, for both of you is like, how is it like breaking that barrier between like coworker and like friends? Like, because it's
Nah,
easy
no,
to just like see people
No
as just
barrier broken.
coworkers.
Still just colleagues. I see them all as nothing but workers. I
They're
sometimes
just
forget
they're
their
just the
names.
cobble slaves in the cobble mines.
No, I think if a lot of people are working towards the same. Oh shit! Well, that was wait, what?
Oh, you had two different.
What
Oh, one hit, one hit, one hit, one went low.
Seriously? I
Yeah.
must have got some serious desync because I broke. I didn't see the projectiles light, and I was like, "Oh no, what did I do wrong?" And then I broke the blocks for that. So if I'd still fired something, then what the hell?
Yeah.
That was very strange. I freaked out, man. But I do think that if a lot of people,
Yeah.
if a lot of people are working towards something that they believe in, you know, like this isn't, we aren't colleagues in the traditional sense. When I go to my day job, I'm there because I'm paid to be there, right? I'm not
You're paid to
doing
tolerate
that
everybody.
because yeah, that's right. And so that does introduce, like, are they colleagues or friends or whatever? But on this, we're all doing something that we care about. And as a result, I feel like being friends with the people we work with is more of an immediate and uncomplicated thing because, yeah, we're all doing this. We're here for the same reason. We're all aligned on what matters to us.
Even if not
And,
everybody's a friend per se, it's friendlier by nature because everybody kind of is working toward like a shared passion. You know, we're there because we choose to be and not because we're forced to be. You know?
Yeah.
But like, and you'll see like in Cobble Dev, like in the VC, like the VCs are running like 24/7. There's always at least a few people in the VCs, if not like 15 people in there. And people
What
like half the people in
now?
there will be playing games, half the people in there will be playing games and mess around. The other half will be working, right? Like it's split between like having fun with the other people and like doing work together. And so like just that environment where there's always this kind of friendly environment where people can kind of mess around along with working. I think people kind of generally kind of become friends-ish, even if they're not super close. Everybody's kind of hanging out together, you know. Some people are closer than others.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, I certainly made a lot of friends there.
yeah, and so like like the meme channels are always going. People are always chattering in general and junk, and the VCs are always going. So it's just very friendly as a work environment, and like half the time it's just messing around.
Yeah.
And looking at Trick Room right now, like we got Smash Bros going, we got modeling going, animations
yeah,
by
right
Harry.
now. How many people are in there? Let me count right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people are in the VCs right now, and they're all doing different things. Some are working, some are playing around. Anyway,
Yo, shout out to those 9 people.
shout out to those 9 people. It's 9
shit.
anonymous people.
That was a
Yeah.
mistake. Yeah, it happened
Oh
eventually.
god.
Ah, man.
It's like Hiro and I are just always in the back room being like, how can we motivate them to work? Rubbing your hands together like evil overlords.
To work.
How do we motivate them to work harder? Buy them pizza.
Mush. No, that costs me. Wait.
Well, there's pizza parties. Why wasn't I invited?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, can't I get hired for like social media to like get pizza? Like, I won't do anything. I just want free pizza.
I think you can tell them that you don't want to do anything.
I mean, I'll
Yeah,
work
yeah.
so hard
Yeah.
and promote things for Cobblemon if I get free pizza. There we go. Much better.
Hey, you see, you're learning slowly how to join a team.
This whole podcast is actually just my job pitch for Cobblemon.
Should be able
How do
to
you do a
give it
good
more
job?
juice. Like this.
So is the hope we
Yeah.
don't blow up the TNT can this time?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll try. Okay, so I've got it with more aggressive water, so maybe it'll go a bit further. I don't need to give it as much fuel. Well, don't know what happened there, lads, but I think we're done.
The flip happened. Alright, well,
I think that'll do it.
time to fall back on the time to fall back on plan B.
So, I mean, we legitimately
Light
just
the
hit.
fires.
Yeah, I mean, we just hit the 130 mark. Do we just want to end it
Light
there?
the fires. Can someone get the?
I
get the
still
flint
don't
and
even
steel?
know how that happened. It just
Oh my
all
God.
of the fuel did not land in water. I'm like, wait, so where did it go?
I say we
I'm
keep
making
it.
Plan B.
Hold on, I say we keep it as is, as a testament to failure. No,
Yeah,
we're-
it's there. Perfect.
Story of my
Testament to
life.
fail is crazy.
All right,
It blew up in
everyone.
my face.
Get the flint and steel.
oh no.
What the?
Time to leave some remnants.
Go, leave
behind.
my Ditto alone. Leave my Ditto alone.
Oh wait, that's Ditto.
Yeah, it's Ditto.
That is.
Yeah, it's Ditto.
Oh shit, there's a me! Oh,
Build him a crown.
no!
Build him a crown. Build him a crown of TNT.
Yeah, I thought you guys could tell and just were feeling a bit that you
There you go.
couldn't tell what it was. Yeah, it's Ditto.
There we go.
Yeah, I thought it was a Gumi.
What the fuck is a Gumi? That tells you how little of Pokemon knowledge I actually have.
Bet you're embarrassing me.
It's fine. They're just your bosses. It's fine.
You just be like, that's
Get a little message from me afterwards being like, hey, so I don't think you're going to be able to work out on the team. So
And then I get
just think that you've got.
Time for some.
I'm
Time for
like-
some layoffs.
I just think some
I'm
of the
just
people you
focused
hang
on
around
our
with are
team.
not really our speed. And, you know, it's about the company you keep.
Yeah. Sorry, Luke.
Man, I hope the severance package is okay.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
free pizza.
It severs something. There is severing involved in the severance. We can't allow you to tell anyone about our secrets. You understand?
Am I good to light the TNT?
If you're standing next to it.
Light the lightsaber. So we can do kinds of fun things.
I get the
Might set
feeling
off
it's gonna
other
not blow. Ah, yeah. Since you've got that strip. Yeah. Send it. Let's see it.
Might be funny. Let's just let it go. Let's just let it see if it like hits other ones nearby. Let's just let it go. See what happens.
Oh god.
Oh, it's coming together.
Cascading.
Ah, it's failed on one side. Yeah. It's not terrible. Let's just get a little redstone torch going here. I got it. I think it's fine.
There we go. I hit the one nearby. I hit the one nearby and started lighting it.
Hey!
Hey.
Ah,
We'll just kind of let's do that.
yeah. Fire doesn't set it up. Are you living in like
Hey,
ancient?
Not anymore?
It wasn't for a while though.
I did turn
You have
off
to-
fire spread, so like
Oh,
if people
that
want,
would be why.
Ah.
so if like people want to build and light something on fire, it
Makes
doesn't-
sense. Okay, I was confused for a minute, but apparently, yeah.
My
Togepi, no!
Yo!
Ditto's-
Togepi is something of a joke among the Cobblemon team
Mogos.
now. There's so many gifts.
No,
made.
go, you bastard, you rat bastard.
Call the dynamo.
Leave Ditto
Just the
alone.
baby.
So long, young prince. Phew.
And then we just leave
This
Ditto.
describes my
There's
last
zombie
Cobblemon
style.
session pretty accurately, I won't lie.
I think that'll do it for this episode. What is it called, Luke? Chunk by chunk. Thank you so
That
much
was
for
coordinated.
Yeah, it's so coordinated. Thank you, Hiro. Thank you, Vera, for joining us on this episode. Is there anything you guys like to promote, tease for upcoming Cobblemon stuff?
Not really. I can just play Cobblemon.
Yeah, you heard them.
Go play it. Do it.
Go play Cobblemon.
Do it. Play it.
It's a lot of
Or we'll
fun.
find you.
We won't do that, but
She will.
all right.
Yeah, go play Cobblemon.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.